have a prepaid call from
Seth, Mazzaglia.
at the Stratford County Department of Corrections. This call may be monitored or recorded. To accept this call, press 1. To refuse this call, hang up.
I actually pressed 1 this time instead of doing 7 digits. Hello?
Sorry, I was hearing some banking information, interesting banking information. One of my cellmates, during the turnover between the call, he and I were griping about banks for just a minute while the phone was going through all its prompts. But I'm back. All right, okay. What'd you say?
Yeah. I said I actually hit the 1 this time.
Okay, that's
instead of hitting the all the phones button. I just thought it was funny. I said it and I didn't hear a reply, and I was like, no.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, no, definitely. I've been trying to figure out how to do all that money stuff. What I'm thinking is just some kind of a joint account in all of your names, and you just transfer what you need to out of the other. I mean, technically you could even close it, but by having an account with them, if they don't close it on me for some reason, it makes it easier for me to make new accounts when I get out, as opposed to having to start up whole new accounts. I would have one so I don't need as much ID and all that jazz, because I'm, depending when I get out of here, if it's in 2 years or under, my driver's license is still good, but if it's over 4 years, I need a new license or a non-driver ID, or, suddenly I start having problems where I need, and what with...
You gotta do 100 things just to open it.
Yeah, and then I needed to get a new birth certificate issued anyways, and then once I did that, I needed a new Social Security card. I mean, it's all that crap.
Yeah.
And if I don't have an account already open that they know of, suddenly I need stuff like that to potentially open an account. And if they'll let the account stay even with just a low amount like $150 in it, that makes all that a lot easier. Because I just walk in and say, hey, I'm back,
Yeah.
Let's get this underway.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I mean, I guess if it went long enough, but, some kind of a joint account and just keeping track through a ledger of how much is, mine per se is one way to do it. But I'm certainly figuring on sending along, writing stuff, art stuff, and that would all end up having to go into the designated Seth business account, at least the writing profit and stuff. But, the art stuff, my intent would be you just take all the profit on that and, set it through your business and whatnot for simplicity's sake, at least until I'm out. And even then, I'd probably route it through you. So, it'd just be easier because you already are beginning to set up the infrastructure for that.
Yeah. And what I'm thinking is if we just keep it separate, but, I definitely do a lot of the actual work because I'm out of here and out here, and then you do a lot of the mental,
Well, I mean, it's essentially going into business together,
Yeah.
That's
but I
essentially...
think if we just keep the money separate, and then once we finally, get married and have a house together and, actually do that, then we can combine profits or do whatever we want.
We can figure it out. And in the meantime, it's just figuring, having an account like my father could make one, or say, I don't know. There's options there.
Yeah,
it might even be possible.
Or at an account of yours that I still kind of am in charge of. It even could be part under my name as well. But technically the money's yours, and I know that.
Yeah, I mean, the big trick would be if I can make joint accounts, that's probably the way to go. But it's, of course, whether or not I can, those can be set up without me there, which I think they can, actually.
Yeah.
I think you could essentially open a savings account in your name and mine that has, my father's name on it and, as a backup, so that way, no matter what happens, someone can always, get into it and work with it.
Yeah.
And essentially, all the accounts I was going to set up could be set up in that way, at least until I'm out and about and can set up the ones in my specific name, at which time we can figure out, individual accounts, marriage, household accounts, stuff like that. Talk with him.
Also, I had an idea.
Oh?
I was thinking maybe after the trial's over and everything, we could just get married one way or another.
That's what I was saying. Actually, I've been trying to figure out what the policy of marriage while someone's in jail is.
I know you can do it.
Yeah, it's just
I
figuring
looked it
out.
up online.
Yeah. If you look in and find some way to do that, and you want to do that, I mean, I envision myself getting a ring and doing this all proper, but at the same time,
But I think, you know how we were talking about doing it just for the legal reasons, just, for the health care and things like that?
Oh, that too.
But, you know how we were talking about just getting it done and then afterwards...
Oh, yeah, and then having the real ceremony later.
That's what I was thinking about, just no matter what happens, getting married anyway.
Yeah,
have that.
I am fine with that.
Because I would hate, I hate having to say, it's just my boyfriend. I want to say, it's my husband.
Oh, yeah, no, it drives me nuts whenever they ask, what's your marital status? Single, married, divorced, widowed, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I keep wanting to say married and this is my wife.
Yeah. I've been engaged a couple times.
I've actually thought about doing that, although it's not an option in any of the jail paperwork. But if you... Because
what I heard is that you have to ask for a marriage packet, request a marriage packet, and then you fill it out, and then I fill out something. And some jails require me to write a letter of why I would actually want to marry someone. And then they can approve it.
I would hope madly in love would count.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we can find other reasons too.
Yeah.
But that's I'm all for that. So you're on the outside with Google at your disposal. So just look it up, find it.
Well, I did. That's what it is. I couldn't find any other information beyond that, like if Stratford does it.
Well, you might even ask them. I can put in a request for information on that, although I've heard some guys have done it and had some trouble with that, like that they won't do a marriage here or such, like you have to be transferred or something, but I haven't confirmed that or anything.
Yeah.
And, that wouldn't rule out, an over-the-phone ceremony.
I wasn't able to find out that info.
Huh?
I wasn't able to find out that info online.
Yeah. Well, that's something you'd probably call the actual jail and ask them directly.
Yeah, I can already do that.
And, the other thing is, even if, there weren't, ceremonies in, who knows, maybe there's a way over the phone or something silly like that, or mail-order marriage, who knows. What is it online?
Typically, it's a very, very simple thing. You can have, one or two guests for each person come, and they'll give you a minister or something like that. And it's really, really simple.
Essentially, all you need for a legal union is a justice of the peace or, someone to marry you who has the legal right to do that, and a witness or two. That's all you need. And then, the paperwork and signatures and all that for the, of course, the husband and wife and such.
Yeah, that's what I was reading online. It's a very, very, they cut it down very simple.
Oh, yeah. For a strictly legal union, it's not hard. And
I've also heard some stuff online where they're like, I wanted to do this, but I couldn't because, I'm just his girlfriend. And I'm sitting there going, I'd rather just...
And, in this case, that, I agree. I will not dispute
The only thing holding us back from doing it already was just because we just wanted to wait a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, if I'd seen this on the horizon, I'd have already done it, just so we could have, just so we'd have that between us.
So, I've definitely been thinking it for a while, but I decided to actually tell you.
Okay, yeah, I thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, because I was thinking that would be...
I had been thinking about approaching you about something similar to that, but I didn't know how you'd react other than, I figured there'd be a positive reaction, but I wasn't sure how to approach for
No, I understand. It's definitely, it's harder for the person in my position.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard on the other end, too, here. All of a sudden, there I am, like, how the hell do I provide for you? Blah blah blah. How do I be the man? But at the same time, we are a couple who can find a way. We are the aberration. We may have to set some records here, but we are the aberration. But yeah, no, I'm all for it.
That's what I was thinking. And then, you don't even have to tell that many people at all.
It essentially, except for the witnesses, anybody who might listen to this call. I'm sure there are, there'd be people who knew, but it doesn't have to be a huge, big announced thing.
Yeah, and you can tell some people and stuff like that too. If they get curious, if they really want to know, and we know that we could save it for the actual ceremony. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then at the actual ceremony is when we announce, let everybody know,
That's when
stuff like that.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things that, I was thinking, I want that.
No, I want it too. So, you figure out how to make it happen, and we'll make it happen. I guess I'll try and ask around a little bit, but I'm not sure how much there's, I don't have a computer, and request forms can take a week to get back to me.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sure...
We've got time for it. You've got time.
Yeah. Well, I bet you if you dug around for the, over the weekend and through next week, we could probably figure it out and make it happen within a week or two, and I would very much like that. Yeah. When you have downtime, start just looking through it, figure it out, and,
Yeah, and I know what it said was every site I checked was, you have to, just ask for the packet or whatever it's called, and then you get it filled out, and then send it in to the person.
Yeah. We can figure it out, and then I say let's do it. I'm all for that.
Good.
And I'm sorry I couldn't have a little more pomp and circumstance to it, but no, I think that would be very important for us. And I'm glad you approached me with that. I certainly have been trying to figure out how to approach you with it. So.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If there's a gown and roses and stuff like that.
Oh, there'll be time for that. We just got to figure out how to get through it.
That is all that matters.
Yeah. And that is really it. Yeah, cool. It's scary how on the same wavelength we get sometimes. I like it. It's nice. It's nice to know we think alike. Even with our variances, but the variances are what makes it fun, but I like it.
Yeah.
So cool. It sounds like you've been having quite the day then, coming up with all this stuff and figuring all that out. So yeah, take next week, figure out what we need to do, and then we'll make it happen.
I'm going to have to go sit down and write you out a letter real quick so that you can have it for the morning.
Fair enough. I do look forward to those.
You got today's, right?
Yes, I did. Actually, I got a bunch of them today. A friend of mine who I wrote a letter to responded, and he's a guy who's been in jail before, so he was just giving me a few pointers on, like, keep your chin up, stay strong, stuff like that. Same kind of stuff I've been hearing a lot of, but, it's good to hear it from someone who's been there and gotten the T-shirt,
Yeah.
Actually, my cellmates have been good in that regard, too.
Oh, that's good.
So, cool. But we'll figure it out. Also, just keep me posted on stuff like additional visitor names, all that. Additional visitor names, like people who might be driving you that might want to visit.
Yeah,
just remember,
I'm definitely, I'm kind of throwing it out to other people, if you want, how to contact him, if you want to visit him, just let me know.
Yeah,
and I've been trying to really let people know that, so that way,
Well, because, for instance, I wager your mother is supportive of you, but I wager she doesn't have much to say to me directly,
Yeah,
But, say, someone like Tori, there'd be a decent conversation to be had.
Yeah. The problem is, if you're under 18, you have to go in with a parent.
Yeah. I understand. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, she's someone I'd envision actually being able to have a conversation with, or even, someone like Victoria or Carol Ann or Adele, or Mark and Laura, Kate,
Yeah.
There's plenty, even Tiffany, it wouldn't hurt for support, so.
The jail administration will disconnect your call in 3 minutes.
Damn jail administration prompt. 20 minutes already. All right. Well, I will call tomorrow. I don't have a particularly huge, set itinerary the next 2 days on, the weeks appear to be.
We're going to be moving a lot of stuff, but our plan is to do it around your calls. We're going to wait for your first call, and then after your first call, we'll let you know when we'll be back.
Okay. My first call will come between 10 a.m. and noon.
Yeah, so I told your mom. So we're basically planning to not really, if we're out before 10 and want to go do something and be back before 10.
Yeah. And I'll probably, after that call, be reading, writing a little bit, goofing off, exercising, taking a shower, all that jazz.
Yeah.
So that could give you, an afternoon.
The jail administration will disconnect your call in 2 minutes.
That would give you enough time in the afternoon to do stuff till about, probably 4 or 5 even, easily. So just let me know what your timetable is, and I'll work around it in that regard.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of going in and going out. Mm-hmm. We definitely can go kind of back, and forth,
Yeah.
We can definitely be all right, how about, 4?
Okay, yeah, this time o'clock, and we'll wait until the call, and then we go back out,
Yeah.
That's probably...
if you call as early as 10, we probably can go out, and you can call again at 2 or something
exactly.
That.
And that's the kind of thing, the best way, especially during the day when a lot of people are asking for the phone sometimes, is I'll just say a time 10 o'clock is when I'll start looking to call. And then if you just wait until the call and then go...
The jail administration will disconnect your call in 1 minute.
And then go out after it and then rinse and repeat. So maybe the next timestamp would be 5 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and then you wait for the call and then you go out.
So accept it at a certain time and then wait for the call, and then until we get the call, don't do anything.
Exactly. Right. That'll work. So I'll call you tomorrow. Right now I got a bolt. I got 30 seconds, but...
I love you always and forever.
I love you too. Always and forever. Talk to you tomorrow and let me know about some of that, some of our options there. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So, I love you. And I will talk to you tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Bye.